Hi, you're watching Louisiana Football TV Magazine tonight. I'm your host, Lee Burkeen. We have a great lineup every week. We have some great recruits, coaches, and we call it our legend segment too. Guys that played at Louisiana high school football, not necessarily just played for Louisiana College, but played out of state, did real well. Tonight we have one of those, one of our own. Danny Wimprine will be on quarterback. We also have got two head football coaches, high school football coaches from Ascension Catholic and Christian Life High School locally here in Baton Rouge. And we also have some recruits from Christian Life High School and a quarterback from Ascension Catholic. We'll take your phone calls. We'll come back in just a moment. You're watching Louisiana Football TV Magazine.
A sports injury can put you out of action. But your game's not over because you drafted the right team. At the Bone and Joint Clinic, you're treated by experts in sports medicine, experienced therapists and staff, and the latest equipment and services in a comfortable environment where you're treated like family. Because we want to see you suit up again. The Bone and Joint Clinic.
Opportunity here to tell you why you need to check out ITI Technical College. You can get your technical drafting degree in less than 2 years. You get specialized technical training, work in areas like architecture, manufacturing, construction, or engineering. Get hands-on training, skills for a competitive edge, flexible class schedules, and financial aid is available.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College. Listen to Opportunity. Call ITI now or go online. It's that simple. We're your key to a better life.
At ITI, Opportunity doesn't just knock, it rocks.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat everyone from long drivers to unlucky drivers. Now with 7 locations to serve you. If your doctor recommends physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name. The physical therapy choice of golfers, injured drivers, and everyone in between.
If you're looking for the gear you need in the colors you bleed, then make your first stop Co-op. Much more than just a bookstore. Co-op has the largest selection of LSU merchandise for the whole family, including tailgating supplies, LSU clothing and accessories, great gifts, and a whole lot more. Stop in or order online for the best prices on art supplies, school supplies, and textbooks. The Co-op Bookstore, where you'll always find the gear you need in the colors you bleed.
As a designer here at Bassett, I've helped all kinds of people find the custom furniture they really want. Beautiful fabrics and leathers? Got 'em. A choice of finishes? No problem. Whatever you're looking for, I can help you find it, and we'll have it ready in 30 days. Custom furniture from Bassett. It's a great way to make your home your own.
Eat Papa John's Pizza, our sponsor for our whole season, feeds our guests. Papa John's, a great company, great supporter of high school football, college football. Please support all the local Papa John's pizza locations when you're thinking of pizza for football games. We're back with Louisiana Football TV Magazine. Danny Wimprine is going to be our first guest, a guy that not only played high school football at John Curtis and then went to Memphis University and was a really good quarterback from Memphis, was MVP of the New Orleans Bowl his junior year. Okay, and there hadn't been no bowl game, I'll let Danny tell you, in several years, a couple of decades at least, maybe even more than that. But we also, in the next segment, we're going to show you how he was on the cover of our magazine and how it's funny to look back, Danny.
It really is.
When you're in high school.
Yeah.
And now how long you been out? Since 2001?
Yeah, 2000, yeah.
So you were on our magazine cover in 2000.
Yeah.
And now you're back tonight on the show.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you're here.
I appreciate it.
Come up all the way from New Orleans and fill everybody in. We'll go current, then we'll back up to Curtis days, but the New Orleans Voodoo, you played quarterback with them and prior to that.
Yeah, coming out of college at the University of Memphis, I was a free agent with the Cleveland Browns, went through camp, got released, played Canada in 2005, 2006. Came back home, played with the Voodoo in 2007, 2008, the league family business, and then most recently last year was kind of the year that the league came back and played again last year.
Well, I'm going to give your father-in-law some props tonight, man. River Parish Disposals, I know that's where you are. And Weldon Fromeyer, I loved him to death, man. He was a huge supporter of our magazine back when his son played at John Curtis, who they call brother, Weldon Fromeyer Jr., who played at LSU, who's now your brother-in-law. You married his sister, who was a great athlete, too, in high school.
She was in the magazine,
It's on our
too.
magazine, yeah. So it's a big sports family.
Yeah.
And you would think it's the Curtis family, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We all went to Curtis together, and Ashley and brother were both a year younger than I was, and I graduated in 2000. They graduated in 2001. Ashley played football. Ashley played volleyball, softball. She was a cheerleader, and a year behind me.
And, you know, Weldon, who they call brother, you know, 6'2", big DN at LSU, got a national championship ring. And I remember he was a good player at John Curtis High School. And I remember when you played, Danny, at quarterback, and I didn't tell you this off the air, but, you know, being 6 foot tall, there's some guys that can weigh 200 pounds and run 4.6 and run like a linebacker but throw like a quarterback. And that's what I saw when you were at Curtis, and I know that's what Memphis saw in you when they signed you. But you weren't a quarterback to go right at to just try and sack you. I mean, you would actually bite back.
I think so, yeah. Right? I hope so, yeah. Hopefully I still do. Yeah, we ran the option at Curtis, so, you know, we didn't get to throw the ball as much as I would have wanted in high school, but it was a heck of a lot of fun playing for Coach JT.
What did you weigh playing quarterback at Curtis when you were back?
About 205. Yeah, about 205. So I was still pretty big back then, I guess you would say.
Outside linebacker.
Yeah.
You could run.
And I didn't mind hitting people.
And you had an arm then.
I hope so.
You still got an arm, right?
I hope so. Yeah.
So you're going to play at what, about 220 for the
Yeah, I hope so. We just got finished about 3 months ago. Just been working and eating, so I gained a lot of weight. But yeah, we're starting up Saturday. Me and another former Curtis guy, our 90-day program starts on Saturday.
You've played, you know, with one of the best high school programs in the state, John Curtis. You went to Canada. Like I said, you were with the Browns. You know, Memphis University. How do you like it? I mean, you get a chance to continue.
Yeah, as far as the game's concerned, I think arena football is the most fun brand of football I've ever played. It's fast, exciting. You get hit a lot. You can get hit up against the wall. It's just a fun brand of football. You have to think on your feet very fast, get rid of the ball real quickly, and it's a lot of fun.
Danny, how do they pick the kicker? Because it's only 50 yards, right, the field?
That's right.
So, I mean, you can kick the field goal from the 1 to the 1, right?
That's right, yeah, so but the ball's live, you know. You know, we have the slack nets, and then, of course, we have the slack net is live, and then, it's the bounce net on the outside, and the slack net is in the middle. And it's a real small net. So, yeah, it's not a long field, but you have to be very, very accurate.
Short goal to hit.
Exactly, but that's what makes it a lot of fun, too.
You're going to have a power back this year on the team? You're going to have more of a scat backs?
In the Arena League, the fullbacks, you know, we call them fullbacks, and that's basically what they are. They're more like a center. They're not really like a running back or a tailback. Yeah, it's basically another guy standing right behind me and is able to fit there and mesh with the center real tight. And so my fullback in 2008 was 304 pounds. Last year I had another guy, Tommy Taggart, who was 300 pounds. A lot of guys like to switch it around and go with some of those fullbacks that can run the ball and catch the ball out of the backfield a little more. But I'd rather stay with the guy that's going to sit in there and block for me about 40 times a game.
And I like how you got a lot of slot guys where, you know, in NFL they won't have maybe but one slot guy starting. But you can have 3 guys, 5'9", 160 that can fly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, on that short field, you have to be very fast, very explosive, as well as being able to return the ball is another dimension in that game, that all the guys are able to do that, catch the ball off the net, be really quick, explosive in those routes on that small field.
What's the longest pass that you've ever had completed, any level?
Any level? Oh, I think probably about 95 yards at Memphis.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
Was that a called play, or was that something you had to improvise?
No, I think that was something that I actually broke out of the pocket. No, I remember now. It was 98 yards. It was against Ole Miss.
Wow.
And it was a broken play, and I threw a touchdown for a guy who the defender fell down. The guy broke the route off, and I scrambled and threw him a 98-yard touchdown.
At Oxford?
No, it was in Memphis.
And won the game?
Yeah, we won. Beat Eli.
I remember back then, Memphis.
Beat Eli.
You beat Eli.
Yeah.
Look at that. I didn't even know that, Danny.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we're going to talk more about that. Also, more about John Curtis High School, his days playing it for JT Curtis. who's coming up for, we'll talk about the win total, which is a big deal. He's going to have a chance to, and I think he'll get that this year. 5 more wins away from a big number. We'll be back in just a moment.
Can buying furniture really be fun? Sure. Come into Bassett, and an in-store designer like me will be happy to help. Just tell me a little about yourself and what you're looking for, and then I'll give you a bunch of great ideas. And our design help is free. Who could say no to that? Come into Bassett and discover the easy, affordable way to make a beautiful home.
State Farm agents Adam McCarty in Gonzales and Derek Morrell in New Orleans are there for you. Call today.
Louisiana Office Supply is the largest stocking office product store in the South with a new 23,000 square foot showroom. For over 72 years, Louisiana Office Supply has met the demand for quality office products competitively priced with an extensive selection and knowledgeable staff. From office furniture to Post-it notes, there are supplies for every part of your office. Louisiana Office Supply, generation after generation, exceptional service since 1936.
Have you made the right call?
I made the right call.
It's easy to do. Just touch the tones.
I made the right call.
If you want to talk to the pros, you've got to make the right call.
I made the right call.
It's not that kind of call. I'm talking about the professionals at Gage Telephone. From excellent products like Toshiba to great service after the sale, make the right call. Gage Telephone, 753-4243.
A sports injury can put you out of action. But your game's not over because you drafted the right team. At the Bone and Joint Clinic, you're treated by experts in sports medicine, experienced therapists and staff, and the latest equipment and services in a comfortable environment where you're treated like family because we want to see you suit up again. The Bone and Joint Clinic.
Check out Louisiana, LAFootballMagazine.com. We have the new preview issue out still. You can get it. Danny was in it in the year 2000, in 2011. We put this out once a year. We've got all the top recruits in it. Those were the locations that you can purchase the magazine at Barnes & Noble. By the way, I'm very honored that November 10th, I'm going to do a magazine signing at City Place Barnes & Noble in town. It starts at 7 p.m. till 10 at night. Locally here in Baton Rouge. So November 10th, come out and see us. Over the last 20 years, anybody that's ever been in the magazine, you know, we welcome you to come out. And, you know, like I said, we have Danny on the show. We're going to go ahead and show now Danny back in the day, right? This is Danny on the cover with J.T. Curtis and some of his teammates that he played with. Some of the guys signed, some didn't. But this is in 2000. Danny's on the cover. He's the quarterback for John Curtis. And I want to mention, how many state championships did you win, Danny, when you were there? How many?
4 in football, 2 in baseball.
Repeat that again. You won all four years.
Yeah. I was blessed enough to be able to win freshman through senior year, and then in baseball we won my freshman and my senior year. So I'm lucky to be able to do something like that.
And you were there for 300 wins for JT.
Yeah, I think it was in 1997 or 98. It was JT was.
I want to mention this, and Danny, you know, reminded me today, and I've got something from Jeff Curtis today, that he's 5 wins away from 500 wins, which, if that's not a big deal to you, it's second nationally to a man, McKissick from South Carolina, who has, I think, 20, 25 more wins, and he's going to retire this year. I think McKissick is almost in his 80s.
Yeah, 84, I believe.
And he's been to school for like 60 years. So JT will probably coach at least another decade at least.
I hope so.
And will be the all-time winningest high school head football coach in the United States of America.
Yeah, I think percentage-wise, JT's #1 right now. But as far as wins go, like you mentioned, he's #2. So to be able to have that opportunity for him is just an awesome honor. To be able to play for a guy like that is unbelievable as well.
I want to mention this. Last year I was on the show, Danny, and we film all the games of all the teams. And now I have a video company since I've known you. Since 2000, we film all the recruits. And I saw Evangel Christian, I've seen Calvary Baptist, I've seen the competition for Curtis. And as you know, it's been Evangel Christian the last couple of years.
Yep.
It's been a trade. Curtis won one and Evangel won the one last year. I don't know if Evangel will come back to be the opponent. And to me, that's good news because Evangel's not as good on defense this year. And we filmed them twice. They got a good team, but I knew Curtis played a lot of young guys last year.
Yeah,
they were green as I've ever seen them.
Yeah.
But that's bad news for this year for everybody else.
Yeah, the kids are growing up. Like you mentioned last year, they were young, have a lot of young talent, but the kids are growing up. I've seen already this year where just the maturation of the team together, the young running well right now, and I look forward to them being back in the Superdome this year.
Well, growing up, I watched Reggie Dupard finish second in the Heisman Trophy from John Curtis. Mike Stonebreaker made All-American at Notre Dame twice, wasn't heavily recruited. Johnny Curtis played at Mississippi State, who's on the staff now, the son of JT. Jeff Curtis played quarterback in college, on the staff. The uncle, Leon, is on the staff. Fabacher, who played at LSU, is on the staff. We can go on and on and on, guys that played college ball that are on the staff. Either they have a Curtis name, a Fabacher, or, it's family.
They're all intertwined somehow, but I think out of about 15 names, you're looking at about probably 12 guys that are either last name Curtis or related to the Curtis family somehow. But if you're not, you're part of the family anyway.
My favorite Curtis player of all time as a hitter was Clarence LeBlanc.
Big time, yeah. Number 25. I'll never forget him.
6'3", big safety, will knock your head off. Reminded me a lot of these DBs LSU has now.
Yeah.
And I love Reggie Dupard. He was a phenomenal back. And then you were one of my favorite quarterbacks at the school. I thought you were one of the better strong-arm quarterbacks. Because in that system, you ran the option, but you could throw it.
Yeah. Well, we tried. We tried a few times, and we were pretty successful. But, running the option, being successful every year, it was a heck of a lot of fun to be in that state championship, playing for hopefully what was going to be a victory every year, and I was lucky enough to be able to do that.
I want to mention this. The current team, while I like them a lot, Dylan Gordon at 6'5", 250 at tight end, good hands, committed to LSU. Torrey Bell, the DN, 6'5", 250, committed to Mississippi State. Their junior linebacker's phenomenal. You know what I'm talking about, the kid that's a junior.
Duke Riley.
Duke Riley's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they've got 4 running backs that run 4.5.
That's right.
They've got 4 DBs that run 4.5 that are all juniors.
Yep.
And all the running backs are underclassmen. And the O-line's huge. Jonathan Levens is 6'8", 320. Didn't even play last year, Harley. We filmed him. He got 10 snaps.
That's right. Yeah, we got some big boys. And it was nice when I first got to school there. I saw how big some of these guys were, and I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to catch up to them.
You didn't have a line that size.
No, not at all. But they were really athletic, and now they're still some of my best friends today.
Danny, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thanks a lot for having me, man. Good to see you again.
You don't go empty-handed. I have a Superior Grill gift certificate for you to use in Baton Rouge when you come back up, and also a T-shirt.
I appreciate that, man.
Appreciate you coming on. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, too. Thank you.
All right. When we come back, we're going to have the head coach from Christian Life, Coach Keith Dooley, Birmingham native. We're going to also have his 2 and Braxton Morgan, 2 great football players. And later in the show, we have Ascension Catholic head coach and a great quarterback that you need to know about. We'll see you in just a moment.
If you're looking for the gear you need in the colors you bleed, then make your first stop Co-op. Much more than just a bookstore, Co-op has the largest selection of LSU merchandise for the whole family, including tailgating supplies, LSU clothing and accessories, great gifts, and a whole lot more. Stop in or order online for the best prices on art supplies, school supplies, and textbooks. The Co-op Bookstore, where you'll always find the gear you need in the colors you bleed.
State Farm agents Adam McCarty in Gonzales and Derek Morrell in New Orleans are there for you. Call today.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College. And for over 35 years, ITI has been a leader in technical education here in Baton Rouge. Our commitment is to help people just like you attain a better life through technical training.
Get hands-on real-life training in one of 9 career areas with flexible class schedules, and financial aid is available.
So let ITI help you discover a better life. Call now or go online. It's that simple.
ITI for a better life. Have you made the right call?
I made the right call.
It's easy to do. Just touch the tones.
I made the right call.
If you want to talk to the pros, you've got to make the right call.
I made the right call.
It's not that kind of call. I'm talking about the professionals at Gage Telephone. From excellent products like Toshiba to great service after the sale, make the right call. Gage Telephone, 753-4243.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat everyone from Grand Slam hitters to grandparents. Now with 7 locations to serve you. If your doctor recommends physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, the physical therapy choice of baseball players, grandparents.
Check out lafootballmagazine.com. Get the preview issue. It's out. Frank Bartley's in it. Colin Rowland, who's our quarterback coming up later from Central Catholic. Braxton Morgan's been in it every year for 4 years. And Frank, you didn't know this, but you were in it for the last 3 years with the football team. Not basketball. I know you play a little basketball. But I want to introduce the head football coach, Keith Dooley, who's a Birmingham native from Alabama. This is his second tenure in Louisiana. Coach, thank you for being on the show tonight. What's it like coaching high school football in Baton Rouge compared to your hometown of Birmingham, Alabama?
Of course, here in the Southeast, football's king. That's why we love it. Birmingham obviously is intense with that Hoover district we have. It's pretty much the SEC of high school football in Birmingham, and then coming to Louisiana, it's just as rowdy and exciting, and that's why my family and I are really glad to be coaching these kids and be back. So. And
in Birmingham, tell me if I'm wrong or right, but there are 2 private schools that recruit a lot of the skill guys. Mm-hmm. You've got the famous school where all the SEC tournament baseball games, Hoover.
Right, absolutely.
And the other one is?
There's a Briarwood Christian.
Briarwood Christian,
has really good. The quarterback at Auburn is from Briarwood. He's a Briarwood.
Barrett Trotter?
Barrett Trotter.
Okay.
Some good kids come out of there as well. A lot of skill players, as you said.
Yeah. And then Huffman had Andre Smith, the big Remington Award winner about 3 years ago. I think he's with the Bengals now. Andre was a man-child. Started as a freshman at Alabama.
Absolutely. Yeah. First year in, he was ready to go, and of course with his size, and it was that's who they wanted to run behind, just because how big and talented he is, and a soft-hearted kid as well.
I want to mention this. I mean, because I followed the recruiting in Louisiana the last 25 years of my life, which is a good chunk of my life. But Birmingham and Alabama for skill players. If you could put the skill and linemen together, would anybody ever defeat Alabama or LSU? Because in Alabama, you've always got these big O&D linemen.
Right.
You can't find that in Louisiana every year.
Absolutely.
But they can't find the skill players like in Louisiana. You agree?
I agree, totally. Be a great team. Be a monster of a team.
Why did so many big guys, and where do you see the difference? Like, you don't see that here in Louisiana as much.
I just think the area in Birmingham is very competitive. I mean, you hear about Hoover, but I tell everybody when we were there that the teams they play week to week are just as good. I mean, the 4th or 5th seed team that leaves Hoover may beat your first round out of South Alabama or the Tuscaloosa district. And I just think the level of competition is so intense, and these guys with their off-season conditioning and working out, the linemen know that the coaches are coming in and out on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, with linebackers that can run, that are converting from a tight end to maybe a glorified running back in high school, but could really play a nickelback or a linebacker like a Dante Hightower-ish type player at the
Who's from
SEC.
Tennessee, by the way.
Yes, he is.
Their biggest rival. I want to mention this. This is probably something that surprised you. But the 3 best players on Alabama's team is from Mobile.
Yeah.
Mobile, why do they have so much talent in Mobile? But Jamarcus Russell came out of Williamson. T. Martin came out of Williamson. Mark Barron, their big stud DB, is from Mobile.
Right.
And I mean, Mobile is not a big
No, they're
city.
not. And they're not as compact as in the Birmingham area. And I think that's why sometimes the talent just abroad in the Mobile when you hit that Gulf Coast. And a lot of them are leaving, coming here, like Jamarcus Russell when he was here.
Chevis Jackson.
Chevis Jackson, all those guys as well. I think you're getting, they're really good players for their schools. And I just think that sometimes, like I said, when you're in that Birmingham district, some of that talent's bleed down to all the other schools.
Now, brag about your 2 guys tonight, Frank Bartley and Braxton Morgan.
Right.
I know Frank's a great athlete, plays receiver for you, DB. Braxton is a great D-tackle, D1 prospect, O-lineman for you because he has to.
Absolutely.
But Frank's a great D1 unknown.
Right. Yeah, these guys, when we were moving, transitioning from Alabama to here, these guys really adapted to our weight program really quick. They really made my job a lot easier because we're a 1A team. We're limited in coaches and resources and obviously with numbers of players like everybody in the area. But these guys really bring another part of their game. You're right, they don't come off the field hardly ever. Sometimes we gas them a little bit, but they fight hard. They're hard-fighting players. They do everything we ask them to do and have to play multiple positions. But the biggest asset I love about them is their leadership quality with our young team. So I'm excited to have them.
And what I like about these 1A programs that you don't have 50-man senior groups or 40 seniors. You have to play a lot of freshmen.
Absolutely.
You have to coach a lot more.
Right. Absolutely.
How many freshmen are playing for you right now?
We have probably more so sophomores. Our freshmen are still trying to learn. A lot of them, with a new coach, you have people trying to fill it out and do they want to play or not. We're probably more sophomore heavy. Our seniors, I think we're at 10, 11, and we definitely space them out and then try to put the young guys around them to kind of help them with the nerves on Friday night.
Well, I'm going to brag on the program at Christian Life. I'm going to throw out some tradition and history of players that we promoted. Stephon LaFleur's Louisville quarterback, all-time leading passer for Louisville, played at Christian Life, played for the Carolina Panthers, cup of coffee, couple of years. Then you had Rashawn Matthews, an All-American defensive end, LSU. You had Rufus Alexander that won the Buckus Award at Oklahoma, played at Christian Life. Michael Clayton, remember him? Receiver LSU, picked up by the Giants recently again. Good for Michael. You've had a lot of kids come out of Christian Life. You've got Kevin Wright currently at Memphis where Danny Wimprine played. And he's 6'3", about 220. I remember he was a quarterback at Christian Life, Coach. So, and now you got 2 more on the set tonight that I wanted the public to meet. But when we come back, Frank and Braxton, you're going to be on. We're going to talk about your careers and where you might want to go to college. We're going to take an early break, okay? And when we come back, we're going to talk more with Coach Dooley, but a lot more with Frank Bartley, a great athlete, and Braxton Morgan, one of the top O&D lineman kids in the city, guys. I've seen all the linemen, but, Braxton and Frank. But we'll be back in just a moment.
Louisiana Office Supply is the largest stocking office product store in the South with a new 23,000 square foot showroom. For over 72 years, Louisiana Office Supply has met the demand for quality office products competitively priced with an extensive selection and knowledgeable staff. From office furniture to Post-it notes, there are supplies for every part of your office. Louisiana Office Supply, generation after generation, exceptional service since 1936.
Have you made the right call?
I made the right call.
It's easy to do. Just touch the tones.
I made the right call.
If you want to talk to the pros, you've got to make the right call.
I made the right call.
It's not that kind of call. I'm talking about the professionals at Gage Telephone. From excellent products like Toshiba to great service after the sale, make the right call. Gage Telephone, 753-4243.
State Farm agents Adam McCarty in Gonzales and Derek Morrell in New Orleans are there for you. Call today.
As a designer here at Bassett, I've helped all kinds of people find the custom furniture they really want. Beautiful fabrics and leathers? Got 'em. A choice of finishes? Sure. The best color combos? No problem. Whatever you're looking for, I can help you find it, and we'll have it ready in 30 days. Custom furniture from Bassett. It's a great way to make your home your own.
A sports injury can put you out of action. But your game's not over because you drafted the right team. At the Bone and Joint Clinic, you're treated by experts in sports medicine, experienced therapists and staff, and in a comfortable environment where you're treated like family. Because we want to see you suit up again. The Bone and Joint Clinic.
Check out LAFootballMagazine.com. Again, go to any of the Barnes & Nobles that we mentioned, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Mandeville, and Shreveport. Shreveport can get the show on the website, believe it or not. We don't have our show in Shreveport, but they get to watch the replays on LAFootballMagazine.com. We're going to go back to talking about Christian life, and I want to go to Frank Bartley first. Frank, you're a basketball guy that turned football, right?
Yes, sir.
Because you're known as a possible D1 in basketball, and now you look the part, and you are very good, to me, a D1 football player.
It's different. You got to hurry up and pick up the pace and go to workouts, and it's natural.
Tell everybody your strengths in basketball. What is your strengths?
Probably defense.
I mean, you're swarming all over the place. Yeah. I would guess you're a two-guard?
Combo.
Combo? Because you don't have to play forward at Christian Life, right?
No, sir.
Don't you have some tall players?
6'4" freshman, 6'4" sophomore.
The center's probably pretty tall too, right?
Yes, sir.
How tall is the center going to be this year?
Probably 6'4". He's still growing, so young.
Tall guys?
Oh, yes, sir.
And you're 6'1", right?
6'2".
6'2" right now,
yes,
and you're playing wide out in DB. I love you as a receiver in college. What do you like about football?
You just get to hit, catch touchdowns. Defense, you get to hit.
Now, Danny would like to hear this in the audience. When you go D1 and somebody's playing man on you, you gonna block?
Oh yeah. No, if he's man, it's what I want from me.
You're gonna get out of that break?
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna make it then?
Oh yeah.
Because when you go to college, you're gonna see man every week, right? That big 6'2" corner comes up on you about 200 pounds. That's the key. See, when if you're tough, and I like that, you said you want to hit, so hey, you're gonna have a long future. You're gonna choose football, right?
Well, it's the options.
Okay, 6'2" receivers now. I mean, that can run a 4.44 like you.
Oh, yes, sir.
I mean, that's hard to find. Tell everybody what you weigh as a receiver right now, too.
205.
I mean, you're a natural. You're a natural. And your buddy next to you, Braxton, it seems like you've been starting for 10 years. I mean, your freshman year, you're a starter on the state championship team against South Plaquemines.
Yes, sir.
Which I believe was the first time that Christian Life ever went to a state championship game.
Yes, sir. It was.
They win the game, but you're a starting D-tackle and offensive lineman that whole game. What was that like for you? You told me you were 15 years old, starting and looking around in the Superdome and all the fans. What was that like for you?
It was big. It was big for me. I still think about it like every day trying to get back to it. But I know I got to do what I got to do in practice, so I've been working on that, working out as hard as I can, and trying to get back there.
Well, I've never met you, but I've seen you play for 4 years, and I watched you on film, and I'm amazed by how you have hop in your feet. And if you don't know what I mean by that, but as a college coach, you hop like a linebacker when you move left to right. At 290?
Yes, sir. 292.
6'1"?
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's hard to find for a college coach, a guy that can run lateral left or right and chase down running backs. You know, whether you're playing at Curtis, whether you're playing at, Pine High School or wherever, but you're a big-time player. And I wanted you and Frank to come on tonight because, and I hope y'all win the rest of your games, Coach, but, you two can play D1 ball, It really doesn't matter, what record your team has at the end of the year, and I know it matters, right?
Yeah.
It matters. But I mean, to recruiters, you can either play D1 or you can't. And Coach knows that.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of underdogs and guys. I tell them every day, don't let anybody tell them what you can't do. You just win the day, and as long as you can do the intangibles and the day-to-day task of sacrificing, working out hard, grades, character, then I really think these two guys have a shot. Because I know we believe in them, and I think they're just now scratching the surface and get a little bit hungry about the next level. So.
Who's the opponent this week, Coach?
We play Ascension Christian this week. Yeah.
Okay. And you've scouted them, I take it already.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
spent several hours watching.
Always. As soon as we get that film on Saturday, we load it up and get after it. So.
Brian Kinchin's the head coach.
Absolutely, yeah.
Ex-LSU and a long-time deep snapper in the NFL with the Patriots, the Browns.
Oh yeah, he still looks the shape too.
He could still play. I know he could. He's done a really good job with that program in a short time, and they have a good program, a new program.
Right.
Frank, I'm gonna come back to you. Who's your favorite college? Growing up, who did you like?
LSU.
For basketball and football?
Yes, sir. LSU.
So you're still between the two sports, right?
Yes, sir.
You like to be a shooting guard, dunk over the Assembly Center, and then play football?
Yes, sir.
Tiger State. And then Braxton, who do you like?
LSU and Southern. Grew up watching them. Yeah.
Well, Stump Mitchell needs to see this show tonight because it's a no-brainer to offer you. I mean, I think you could start for them right now. Linemen are hard to find that can run, that look 4'8" on film at 300 pounds. You know, I watch a lot of tape. And, Coach, again, you see that when you're in Birmingham.
Absolutely.
And Frank, football, man, 6'2", 205, right? You know? Basketball, you're not tall at 6'2", right? You know? Now, if you get 6'4", 6'5", I understand if you go basketball. Right? Yeah. Then you'd be like Randy Livingston height and playing two guard or guard, right? Coach, anything you want to say about the rest of your team? You got some more good players, Darrell Richardson.
Right, Darrell Richardson's doing a great job. I mean, you talk about a 1-2 punch. We've got a kind of a new quarterback that we're kind of breaking in. He's never played before, but he's really throwing well. But with him, obviously Frank being a threat and Braxton blocking, protecting him. Darrell Richardson's our running back when we run our zone schemes and our quick reads. And he's doing fabulous for us, really making defenses kind of choose who do we want to stop. And then we've got an inside slot receiver in Dwayne Carroll who's also going to graduate these guys, who hasn't had the touches we would like him to, because really these two guys, when they catch it and get it, I mean, they're kind of, they're eating up some real estate, and they're making us look really smart.
Coach, any words for family or principal or anything you want to mention since you're on TV tonight? Anything you want to say about anything else?
I just want to thank them for allowing us to come out tonight and be a part of the show and what you guys do on a daily basis on all these gentlemen that are going to be on your show tonight. Frank,
any family you want to do a shout out? Anybody?
I just appreciate this opportunity to be on this show. It's an honor.
And Braxton, anything you want to say?
Let's do our job. Let us go out there and practice. Let us do us.
Coach, I appreciate you coming on. I'm giving Coach a gift certificate to Superior Grill. Hope you love great Mexican food.
Will do.
And guys, I can give you shirts. It's legal with the NCAA. And Coach, I got you a T-shirt as well. Good luck to you with your game against Ascension Christian and Brian Kinchin and Coach Dooley. Nice to have you on. We'd love to bring everybody back. When you decide football or basketball, let me know, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck. We're coming up. We've got Ascension Catholic, Rick Bolot, the head football coach, and his star quarterback, Colin Rowland, who's a real sleeper, big-time sleeper in the state of Louisiana. We'll be back in just a moment.
Opportunity here to tell you why you need to check out ITI Technical College. You can get your technical drafting degree in less than 2 years. You get specialized technical training, work in areas like architecture, manufacturing, construction, or engineering. Get hands-on training, skills for a competitive edge, flexible class schedules, and financial aid is available.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College. Listen to Opportunity. Call ITI now or go online. It's that simple. We're your key to a better life.
At ITI, Opportunity doesn't just knock, it rocks.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat everyone from Grand Slam. 7 locations to serve you. If your doctor recommends physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, the physical therapy choice of baseball players, grandparents, and everyone in between.
State Farm agents Adam McCarty in Gonzales and Derek Morrell in New Orleans are there for you. Call today.
Louisiana Office Supply is the largest stocking office product store in the South with a new 23,000 square foot showroom. For over 72 years, Louisiana Office Supply has met the demand for quality office products competitively priced with an extensive selection and knowledgeable staff. From office furniture to Post-it notes, there are supplies for every part of your office. Louisiana Office Supply, generation after generation, exceptional service since 1936.
If you're looking you bleed, then make your first stop Co-op. Much more than just a bookstore. Co-op has the largest selection of LSU merchandise for the whole family, including tailgating supplies, LSU clothing and accessories, great gifts, and a whole lot more. Stop in or order online for the best prices on art supplies, school supplies, and textbooks. The Co-op Bookstore, where you'll always find the gear you need in the colors you bleed.
Welcome back to Louisiana Football TV Magazine. We're going to go to our Recruit of the Week pretty soon. Actually, want to go ahead and do that now. We're going to go to a special young man. His name is Joseph Brunson. Coach an offensive tackle with an offensive guard center, 305, and he runs a 4.89
The Recruit of the Week is sponsored by State Farm agents Adam McCarty and Derek Morrell.
Watch this big guy in white with the arrow on him. Watch him pull. The guy that he tackles is 280, 6'2". Everybody they play, this is against Woodlawn in Baton Rouge. That's him lead blocking, coming out. We're going to show a little bit more. I think we have another player too. That's it. Joseph Brunson, a man-child, committed to ULL of Lafayette Raging Cajuns. Will start as a true freshman. You don't say that a lot about a lot of O-linemen. But this is an SEC lineman going to the Sun Belt. Barring an injury, Coach. How many linemen do you see that run like linebackers?
Not many.
Coach, glad to have you. Rick Bolot, I hope I'm saying that right. You're a White Castle native.
Correct.
The head coach of Ascension Catholic. You played at White Castle.
Yes.
And you told me, which is very interesting, you were on an 8-man state championship team, not 11 against 11, but an 8-man. Tell everybody a little bit about that, the year and everything.
It's such a fun game when you're playing 8-on-8. I was a freshman that year. I started a couple of games as a freshman, and we won the state championship under my head coach, Coach Herbert Hernandez. And the very next year, we went to 11-man. We had, I think, 10 or 8 teams in the state that played 8-man. It's a very fun game. I think they still play it in Texas, like you said, and also in Nebraska. I think they still play 8-man football. Very fun.
Coach, how many were on the team playing 8-man?
We had, I think, 22 players my freshman year, a bunch of freshmen. In fact, the coach's son was our quarterback, and we played 8-man. My brother-in-law played against Livonia in 65 and 64, and they lost to Livonia. Livonia was the big school at that time, playing 8-man football.
And you said you wish that today they still had it.
Oh,
right?
yes, it's fun. It was fun.
A lot of injuries like today?
Not too many, not too many, but it was a wider field, I believe, and I mean, you had a lot of breakaway runs, a lot of offense.
What position did you play?
I played running back, and I played linebacker on defense.
The whole game?
Yes, the whole game. We
didn't have Gatorade back then or anything, right? Had water, no supplements, nothing.
None whatsoever.
Did you play college ball?
No, I didn't. I didn't play college ball. In fact, we used to practice in these old long-sleeve cotton jerseys, and it was so hot in those, but that's all the teams could afford in those days.
Now, you also coached at Donaldsonville for 18 years, correct?
That's correct.
With Coach Dykes?
Coach Jimmy Dykes.
And Jarvis Green was there?
Howard Green.
Jason Green.
Michael Landry.
All played college ball, played a long time.
And 3 of them played professional football.
And Howard Green with the Packers in the Super Bowl last year.
Yes, he's got he's got a national championship ring. Jarvis has 2. In fact, Jarvis came back to school one day and showed us his ring. It's about 3 fingers like this.
5 pounds.
Very, very much so.
Now, what position did you coach at Donaldsonville?
I was the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
We played the run and shoot at that time. A lot of option football.
And that was a big team back then.
Oh, yes, very much so. We had a good team. That's when the Evangel won the state championship, and we played John Curtis in the semifinal. Excuse me. We played St. James in the semifinals.
Okay.
Now, when I was at White Castle, I was telling Danny that we made it to the playoffs 8 years in a row, and out of those 8 years, 7 times we lost to
John Curtis.
Yes. Played against Reggie Duport, Stonebreaker.
All the guys that we mentioned earlier.
That's correct.
Stephen Clark, probably, Texas.
But from '76, we made it to the playoffs, and we played Curtis, and that's when they had Stonebreaker and them. And whenever Duport played, we made it to the playoffs, and they beat us again.
Coach, when we come back, we've got another segment. We're going to talk about your star quarterback.
Okay.
And we're going to mention him and let him talk about playing quarterback for you. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Louisiana Football TV Magazine.
State Farm agents Adam McCarty in Gonzales and Derek Morrell in New Orleans are there for you. Call today.
If you're looking for the gear you need in the colors you bleed, then make your first stop Co-op. Much more than just a bookstore. Co-op has the largest selection of LSU merchandise for the whole family, including tailgating supplies, LSU clothing and accessories, great gifts, and a whole lot. Or order online for the best prices on art supplies, school supplies, and textbooks. The Co-op Bookstore, where you'll always find the gear you need in the colors you bleed.
Have you made the right call?
I made the right call.
It's easy to do. Just touch the tones.
I made the right call.
If you want to talk to the pros, you've got to make the right call.
I made the right call.
It's not that kind of call. I'm talking about the professionals at Gage Telephone. From excellent products like Toshiba to great service after the sale, make the right call. Gage Telephone, 753-4243.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College. And for over 35 years, ITI has been a leader in technical education here in Baton Rouge.
ITI's medical division offers hands-on training in 3 new medical programs: medical billing and coding, medical management, and medical assistant. ITI offers flexible class schedules, and financial aid is available.
So let ITI help you discover a better life. Call now or go online. It's that simple.
ITI, for a better life.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat everyone from 3-point shooters to 3-piece suits, now with 7 locations to serve you. If your doctor recommends physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, the physical therapy choice of basketball players, businessmen, and everyone in between.
Check out LAFootballMagazine.com. If you didn't pick up a preview issue, you can order it online on the site itself, or you can go to Barnes & Noble at the locations you see in front of you. You can check us out and get a copy. It's all the high schools in it, all the colleges. Very in-depth, a lot of personal opinions that I have from watching tape and high school football the last 22 years. So we're going to go back to head coach Rick Bolott from Donaldson. I want to say Donaldsonville for some, because you've coached at Donaldson, but Ascension Catholic. You got a quarterback that's sitting right next to you that's on the show tonight. That's 6'2.5", 190 pounds. Good quarterback. Brag on him a little bit. I'm going to let you brag on him.
I wouldn't say good. I'd say great. He's doing great for us this year. He's really come through this year. He went to a lot of camps in the summer. We went to 7-on-7 against a lot of the schools, Denham Springs, teams like that. And he's really gotten into our offense, our spread offense, and he's really doing a great job for us.
Colin, you doing good?
I'm doing great.
Colin Rowland.
Yes, sir.
Tell everybody you're in a shotgun offense.
Yes, sir.
Which your O-line from last year averaged, what, about 280?
Just about.
They all graduated,
yes,
right?
Sir.
And this year they average about 180?
About 180.
Right?
Right. I'm a little bit taller.
A little taller.
Right.
But not a lot of them 230. I mean, they're all about 190, 180,
That's
maybe
right.
a 200 every now.
Yes, sir.
But that shotgun's been a big help that Coach has for you every play.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite part about playing quarterback in the shotgun?
I don't know. It feels like I'm above everyone else, like I can see everything that's going on, and it really helps a lot with decision making, you know? It's a lot different.
You throw the ball with touch, I've noticed.
Right.
You're calm, which is good to be a quarterback. You know, you seem like you got a lot of confidence.
Yes, sir.
What do you think you need to work on for college?
Just the speed of the game, of course, changes a lot. I think I need to get to my decision making a lot faster. I mean, every level is about picking apart a defense and making the right choices, but I think if you build on that, you can prepare for the next level.
And you're a sleeper because, I mean, you're very lean, and I say that in a good way, 190,
Yes,
because
sir.
you're 6'3".
Yes, sir.
You need a lot of room to grow. You could weigh 220. And what a lot of schools are going to miss out on is that you're going to be 220 in a year. You know, ask Danny, ask me, whoever else, but Coach knows this. But then you've got the D1 look in a year. Where would you go to college if someone gave you an opportunity, even if it was for tops? Anybody that you have in mind?
Of course, LSU's been a dream school for everyone, especially for me, but I think with my work ethic and other intangibles, I can go anywhere I want.
But the 1AA schools, if the D1s
Right.
overlook you,
Perfectly fine with me.
you
Anywhere
could
I
do
get the
tops and
opportunity.
start the year you sign. That's kind of how it works at Northwestern, McNeese, Southeastern, Nichols. I don't know if you knew that, but you could actually move up the ladder fast because everybody's on tops.
Yes, sir.
You know, we're D1s, everybody's on, they sign in, but and even the best player, Danny Wimpron, who was on earlier, the best players play when you get to campus at sign. I mean, you know, you bring it, you play, but you can easily, Coach, 220 easy maybe in about a year?
I think so.
A
We can
whole
get him to
different.
start eating more.
Talk about a little bit about your team, Coach. Brag on your team a little
Well, right now we're 2-2. I think we should be 3-1. We played in the monsoon against Hanson. We had them till the last 2 minutes, and they made a first down by that much, a little credit card. And then they took it in, and then we just couldn't come back after that. We threw the ball well on them. I believe it would have been a draw night. I believe we could have beat them by 2 or 3 touchdowns, but it didn't happen. That was when the hurricane came through. So if we'd have beat them, we would have been 3-1. Right now we're 2-2. We're at number 30 playoffs. We've got a very good team. Senior leadership. A lot of kids catching the balls. Colin has passed it around a lot. We've got about 8 receivers that have caught passes. And he's doing a great job for us, and we hope he keeps it up. And we got a big game coming up Friday night against Central Catholic of Morgan City.
Whoa.
Number 5 in the state. So we just hope that we can come through and win this game.
Well, I know that, Coach, you know about Lloyd Grogan, their DB receiver, and I know you know about him too, right? He's a D1 player. They've got about 4 D1 players on that team.
That's correct. They're very fast.
Got size.
Very much size.
Coach, this team, every team I know is different. Every college team every year is different. Every strengths and weaknesses. And not always, you know, if you look at it, every national championship season, there's still weaknesses on good teams. But leadership prevails, and having the right quarterback, having a guy leading. And that's great. You've got your quarterback back, even though you lost your O-line.
That's correct.
What is the strength of this team for you? It's a different team.
I would say our senior leadership. They're working hard. They do what they have to do to win. And I think that their leadership is going to help us go a long way this year.
I got to ask you this, Colin. Who is the player that you, not fear, but respect the most that you've won against, you know, defensively the last couple of years? Is there a player that sticks out?
I think Ronnie Feast from West St. John. I mean, he's an animal. Feast the beast.
I forgot that you played Ronnie Feast. Coach, I forgot that you played at West St. John.
I'll tell you what, he was in our backfield a lot last year.
He's the best linebacker that I've seen on film, and there's 10 D1 linebackers for Louisiana, which is very rare for one season. But he reminds me of Ollie Highsmith at LSU, but bigger. A speed guy that can hit, as you know. I watched the St. Charles Catholic game last year. He had 18 tackles and 9 sacks. And they were speed rushing now, blitzing.
Right.
At 220, 6'1". Wow, he hand clocks 4.5. He can run a 10-900 meters. He will be an outside backer at LSU, play as a freshman. Remember I said that. Barring an injury, he'll play as a freshman. Coach St. James, Rick Gailey. You faced Rick Gailey.
That's when we had Howard Green and Jarvis. Rick was a great coach. He led them to the state champ. Well, he didn't win the state championship, but he played against Evangel, and he lost 28-27 that year.
Played him 2 or 3 times, right, in the Dome.
That's right, and he was a great coach.
And you've been very fortunate to travel outside your area to be a head coach, or be a coach, right?
I was a head coach at White Castle, and I had 15 years there, 8 as a head coach. At Donaldsonville, I was an assistant coach under Coach Jimmy Dykes, under Coach Bill Jones, under Coach Gary Atkins. And I'll tell you what, I enjoyed my years in the public school, but I'm really enjoying Ascension Catholic's a great school. We have a family over there, and I really enjoyed it at Ascension Catholic.
Paris Stewart signed from your school last year with Southeastern, was at Dutchtown for a little bit, running back,
That's correct.
Defensive player. Brag about the defensive end at Central Arkansas that played for you.
Matt Pierce, he's second string right now. His mother told me she teaches with us. His mother told me today that he made second string and he played a lot last week. So he's got to gain some more weight. When he was with us, he was about 6'7", about 205. Now he's up to 235, I believe.
See?
So
See what
happens?
happens?
Get him up.
And he's going to weigh 260, I think, when he's done.
I think so. That's what they want to get him up to 245, I believe.
I remember talking to his dad, making a highlight tape. We made a highlight tape of him dunking at the free throw line, which had helped a lot.
Yeah, he was a basketball player too, but he wanted to play football in college.
To play football, and he's got a good program. Coach, your thoughts? LSU, Kentucky this week.
Oh, LSU, definitely. About 25.
Raging Cajuns' new coach, Hudspeth. How do you like him?
He's a great coach, and I hope that they win every game the rest of the year.
Tulane's doing good.
Yes, very good.
With Toledo. We're going to go ahead and go. I appreciate you being on the show tonight, Coach. Here's a Superior Grill certificate, a T-shirt I have for Colin, and also we've got one for you, Coach.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good luck with your game this week.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank everybody for being on tonight. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, 6:30 live on Cox. The replay tonight is at 10:30 p.m. We'll see you next week.